Hello, welcome to the Critical Obsession podcast. My name is Mirella,
And I'm Zoe.
and today we're going to watch and talk about episode 10 of Vice Versa.
I
It's
was
been
just saying,
100 million years.
I know, right? It's like that that Titanic meme that pops up every now and then on social media with like the old
85
lady and she's like,
years.
it's been 80 years. That's
80.
how I feel right now. Because yeah. Because
84.
we were talking we were talking about how like we've mentioned a bunch of times while we were getting to and then getting through episode 10 of Not Me, because we kind of like there was some stops and starts and whatever, and I kept saying how long that took us and how long that felt, the different like the distance and that, but I feel like it's been even longer because we haven't kind of gone back to Vice Versa for such a long time. So, and we're so close to the end because there's what, 12 episodes?
And this
So there's only
episode
3.
is a treat. And I have been longing for this episode. I really miss Jimmy and C and their softness. I've seen people talk about late oh my god, last Twilight, but I cannot get into that because but I do miss them.
Yeah. Are they why do I think they're not in the I'm getting them mixed up with someone else, I think. They're not in the ghost busting one with Tay and Nu, are they? Or are they?
I don't
Why do I think
so.
they're in that? No, I think that's someone else. I think it's like Force Book or someone maybe. I don't know. I think we're getting confused. But yeah, I'm the same. I'm like, they haven't been in anything so far this year, have they? Oh no. Well, C was in The Trainee.
Yeah, and now they're going to have this series of Mark and and Jimmy plays a bartender there. People are hoping C to have an appearance there, but I have Astrophilia flashbacks when it would have been so, logical and natural to have Gunn appear there at the end.
Oh yeah.
And it didn't happen. And I'm like, no, they're not gonna do it. They're not.
Yeah, the next door neighbor or like whatever that moved in. Yeah.
Yeah.
They went full heterosexual.
Yeah, and they also thought people were hoping, that Jimmy would appear in The Trainee, and I was like, no, there's no way. Nah.
Well, it would have depended as well on like how they went with that, because they leaned into the getting back together again thing anyway. Like if they had paired off, oh my god, I can't remember any of the characters' names. It's been a long time since I watched that too. But his girlfriend, if she had stuck with the older girl, then you could have introduced another character potentially for him. But it wasn't really that kind of show anyway.
You know what?
Like,
maybe I'm too negative.
Tying it in a neat bow.
Maybe I'm being too negative. Maybe I should want to see in the series with the dentist. Yeah, let's make this a mantra. Like, C would appear in that series. Yay!
Yeah, I'm so confused. I thought you were talking about, when you were talking about the drama, I thought you were talking about the one that's got first and that in it. I don't know why I got confused.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't think what it's called. This is gonna be the funniest.
Me neither.
No one's gonna know what we're talking about because we don't know either. Or people listening are gonna be like screaming the names of the shows at us. Is the one you're talking about? Is about a dentist or something?
Yes.
Is it a BL?
Yeah. It's like the one of the few that are centered around one single pairing and doesn't have like 200 BL couples.
Do you know who's who's the director?
No.
I mean, that was probably a stretch anyway, since we can't even remember what it's called. It's like, oh yeah, I totally know what this mystery named show is being directed by this person. But yeah, you're better at remembering stuff than I am, so I thought I'd throw it out there just in case, because it would depend, I feel like, who was directing it as to whether or not you might see. That's a mouthful. You might see.
Maybe.
Like, for example, if it was like the director of, say, Vice Versa, or something, like you might see a cameo or something, because
Well,
But
I one thing that I remember is that it's from the author of Theory of Love and vice versa, and so I don't know.
interesting.
Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe then. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
the one
let's
I was
spread
thinking of when
positivity.
you were when you put it out in the universe and you never know it'll come back.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about there's one coming up, or at least they played the trailer for it when they were doing the previews with first Katal and
Oh.
who's the other pairing, and they're like
Dunk and
Jung.
Jung.
Is
Yeah.
it them?
Yeah, I think it's
Where
them.
there's like one's a brother or something, and they're trying to like trick them. They like
yeah,
one's
that
a
is
cop or I don't know.
based on the comedy play by Shakespeare.
Yes, Taming of the Shrew.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes. We had the full-on discussion about it when we first saw the trailer. When we first heard about it. Yes, I thought you were talking about that one, and I was like, "Oh, Jimmy's in there," and because you said bartender or something, did you? And I was just like, "Oh, okay." I don't remember him in the trailer. And then you said something about a dentist, and I was like, "Okay, clearly I have no idea what she's talking about."
Well,
so. But yeah.
Anyway.
So we've cleared. So we have no idea what either show is called, but at least you have a rough idea of what we're talking about if you've watched the previews.
I don't even know if he's actually a bartender. Maybe it's like coffee shop owner or something, but it doesn't matter.
And the show airs and it's like something even different.
Yeah.
Is he just a dentist? Like
Jimmy? No.
Yeah. Is it a bakery? No, now it's not. I have no idea. I don't know why I'm asking this. I do not know. I don't remember the trailer for this one, so I don't know why I'm making suggestions.
Anyway, so let's.
And you know what? I just want to put it out there though. If it's a bakery, that will be hilariously funny.
Why?
Because I know nothing. And I just pulled it out of nowhere. Anyway. Back to vice versa.
Okay.
So you said did you say before this is, did you say, because you said something and I was just like, did she say what I think she said? Did you say this episode is a treat?
Yes, it's a treat. Yes.
How fitting in October that we get our treat.
Yeah. Smoothly going from bakeries to a BL episode using the word delicious as a biting thing. What am I saying? Let's go watch the episode.
I don't know. I'm like, I feel like maybe spoilers right now, but something about biting and delicious.
Let's go. Part 1. So what do you think?
I think it was very, very sweet.
It was very, very pink.
Well, yeah, I mean, pink being the title. So my first reaction, of course, was to the see-through movie poster, which was like totally sending me. I was like, why? And then we saw Perth, and I was like, he's such a cutie. Like every time I see him, I smile. I don't know. I think it's like, what do you call it? What's that? A Pavlovian response. I'm not sure why. And of course, yes, the episode is called Pink. I had to watch the previously on because honestly, I was like, I needed the refresher to remember. But as soon as I saw the previous, I was like, yeah, that's right. But yeah, the scene with the choco pies. Once again, another oh my god, what is the word?
A product placement.
Yes, product placement. Yeah. That's the term I was looking for.
Yeah.
But done we start in a pretty cute way, I will say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But before we get to that, let's start at the beginning of the episode. So we see Perth and they have this conversation about the new movie that they're going to release, right? And we basically had this reaction from him of people in love Sting. And Putin is not hiding his love at all. Like he's all over Talay. And it is very cute. Talay is being his normal self. But what's interesting here is that they need a colorist for the movie, and Pun is like, oh yeah, I have the perfect person. And watch what happens in this episode. I don't know if you remember, there was a moment when I think Pun asked Tale what he wanted from life or what his dream was or something like that. And I'm not sure when exactly it happened, maybe in episode 4 or like somewhere at the beginning. And basically, all of Tale's wishes come true in this episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does the job of a colorist for a big movie, right? For a movie. Then there's some additional stuff that happens later. But it's a thing, one of the things that makes it a rewarding experience when you watch it on a second time. Because something was holding him back. Well, the theory is, right, from experiencing all these things, but now they're doing it right and everything is just aligning correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, we had that moment. We know that the episode is called the Pink episode. And we had that thing in the pink studio. Everything is so pink. And that's product placement. And have you noticed something? Do you remember how the fandom for their fandom is called? Jimmy and C's? You don't. Okay, it's called the Gnome Gnomes. Gnome Gnomes. Can you guess where the name comes from?
This is why. That's where it was. Okay. Yeah, no, I had forgotten. I'm sitting here going, what is their name? But yeah, oh yeah. I remember I'm having like a kind of like war flashback. when you first watched this, I think, and you were kind of like diving into the fandom and stuff, and I think I remember when you found out, like when you got to this part and you realized that's how it had come about, because I think I remember some sort of flailing message from you.
Yeah, and it's hilarious because this was not in the script. This whole interaction was not in the script, the way it's played out with the nom nom thing.
I mean, it's really funny because it's like, he's like, oh, I bought our favorite, snack or whatever, and the way he holds the choco pie is like so like advertisement, right? So you can see the entire wrapper, it's all perfect, it's whatever, and that made me laugh, right? And then of course then we have this bit where it's all very cute and sweet and lots of teasing and flirting and whatever, and the nom noms, and all that sort of stuff. But then it like kind of like the camera is still focused on them, but it kind of pans over to where like, or you at least includes it in the scene where you see his bag, and like just resting on the top is a couple of like more random like packets of the choco pie, like just like lined up so you can see them perfectly. And so you could have, if not for those two things, like this could have been a very well integrated oh my god, what's the word?
Intricated? I don't know. Integrated?
Yeah, integrated. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, English is my first language, people. And so it could have been like a very well integrated moment where you didn't notice the fact that it was a product placement or whatever, but it was just like those two things, and it was just like they probably still could have done it without doing that and still got the advertisement, but it's just so funny. Like, I feel like there has to be like a checklist somewhere in like BL land or like any Thai show land where like you have to have at least like to get your money, like you've got to have like the wrapper facing full way or whatever.
Honestly,
it's like when they do the drinks.
Zoe, I did not even notice the pile of products on the table. I was so focused. I was focused on them. And their nom nom thing.
Well, I think the focus on that happens before the nom nom thing, so I think that's why I noticed it. Like,
maybe I was looking forward to the nom nom thing.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was coming, so I got distracted. But it was really funny because, like, when he spread the chocolate up his cheek, I
Uh-huh.
was like, he's not going to lick that off, right?
Well, he did promise he was going to eat it off his face, right?
Yeah.
Or like he threatened
Mm.
him if they were alone, if they
Uh-huh.
were home, he'd lick it off his face in episode
Well,
9, I think, right?
well, it's I think so, something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's funny too because what I did notice about this scene is the playfulness of Jimmy's character is like,
Good.
this is the kind of thing that he does,
Mhm.
but then when Tale reciprocates, that's unusual.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Like when he's like, then he then tries, because normally he'd be like, no, sort of thing. But the reciprocation of the nom nom
Mhm.
was very cute and very sweet, and I thought showed like the development of his character. It's such a strange thing to show the development of his character, but you know what I mean? Like he's always had that kind of like
Well, because he has made his
a little bit of
decision.
restraint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has made
Yeah.
the decision. Now it's cemented in his heart and head that this is where he's going. This is the direction that he's taking. So,
So it's
because
totally okay to
he,
eat chocolate off his boyfriend's face.
yeah, I mean, he confessed in the last episode, right? So here we are. It fits his character. It does show character development, but at the same time, it fits his character as he was presented from the
I'm not.
beginning as
Yeah,
well.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
no. I'm not saying
Yeah,
you did not mean it. I'm just, I
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
say it.
I just meant I noticed that like it's a change, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but not that it was out of character at all, just that it
Mm-hmm,
was.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, now he's leaning in,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, so we have this lovely scene, and then we get to Fuse, and what is his name? What is the
Oh my
name?
god.
It's Up,
I don't
and
know.
it's Ooh. Fuse
Oh,
and
ooh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
they are looking at the dog that they saved, and they ask the vet if anyone expressed interest in adopting him. And I guess Fuse feels responsible for him now. Now it feels like there's a bond, and he cannot just let go. Now he's invested emotionally, and he feels like he has to do more, or maybe it's like he found a purpose, something to ground him, which is nice.
Yeah. It's funny though, I got distracted in this scene as well because it's been a while, but I was reminded by the fact that I can't believe that in the other episodes it took me so long to work out that Mix was the bear.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not important. It was just one of those things that I was just like, oh, how did I miss it? It's like glaringly obvious and made me feel silly. But yeah, no. So well, you had naming the dog too. Lucky, I guess lucky because he was saved by Fuse, which is cute in itself. Especially because he was like, no, don't name the dog. If you name it, you'll become attached. But as you said, he's already attached. So um, I think as well it's like an emotional bond because he was like so traumatized in that little moment that we saw where he's like kind of rescued the dog and stuff like that. And then I think they've been hanging out there, haven't they? So they've spent time with him and stuff like that. So, and it's good because his character was a little bit frivolous, I guess, is probably, I'm not sure the right word, but it fits, I guess. And so as you said, like a little bit of purpose, a little bit of like looking after someone else, caring about someone else. So that's cute. It was a cute little scene.
It was really cute. And he decides to adopt the dog, but it feels like they gave him
It
the name.
does because it's like something like we named it or something like that.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
a we in there somewhere. Yeah. And it's funny because I feel like Mix's response was like, you know, when someone does something like that and, you know, like they're not a couple, but you're like, yeah, I know you're a couple. Like he was kind of, he was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Or something. Nice name. But yeah, anyway.
And then we have the scene, we jump 3 weeks into the future, I guess. And we had the premiere. And we see our beloved characters there. Poon and Tale arrive. And I was thinking about why everything is working out now. And how this whole series, what is the point of having this key, portal keys,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
right?
Port keys, yeah.
Yes, and why is it so confusing? And why now it's working for him and Tale gets to experience all these things that he wanted for himself. And especially because we were talking about the idea of C appearing in that series of Mark and Om, and I'm like, maybe because we already talked about this before, but I feel like it gets even clearer now. But that maybe it's about believing in something, because when you believe in something, it gives it the power to become reality.
To manifest.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like they say, like, when you're sick, power of positive thinking goes a long way.
Yeah. Because later we have them watching the movie, and
Premiere.
this time Tale is the one who's worried. And it's like a throwback to the last time they watched the premiere, and it was Poon who was worried. But now Tale is the one who has emotions. And it's because he cares, right? And
Yeah,
he cares.
well, I mean, he's invested.
He's invested
in a way.
Yes. Now he has the attitude, Tale, of someone who has experienced loss, and was hesitant to open up, right? And but Poon says this thing like something like, let's just get through this moment, let's experience this. So the idea is that one must embrace the reality, or that what they're going through right now, in order to be able to experience life at the fullest. So I think this is what Tale needed to learn, to let go of the past and just be what he is, and do what he can in the moment, and not avoid his feelings, but be his truest self, in order to be able to experience fulfillment. Can you hear Darcy?
Darcy's totally agreeing with you. He's either agreeing with you or he's like disagreeing with you, and he's like, wait a minute. Actually. No, I think he's agreeing with you.
No, he's just asking to go to the balcony. I'm going to open the door for him. Go.
That, or he wants to be on the podcast. I'm standing by. He wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah. So this is what I was thinking. Like, I did not really listen to the speech that he gave. I feel like it was more about, although it did have a bit of this, but it was more about the experience of making a movie. And okay, it's like an ode to the movie making process, I guess. And we often see this side from this director from PX. I don't know if it's in the book as well, in the novel, but certainly it was in Theory of Love, and I don't know, maybe in something else as well.
Yeah, I think it's like, I agree, but it's also interesting as well, because you know how you were saying, like, the last time when Poon was like super serious as well, it's interesting how different they are when they've gotten to these points, because like when Poon was like super serious, because he was like so desperate not to let go and to hang on to what was happening like right in this moment. And as you said, this is about, for Tale, about letting go of the past versus like, and it's just as interesting, their motivations and the way they responded in like these different moments for this same thing, essentially, in time. And then to have him be in this scene, be very like, be the comforting one, be the, you know, especially because we know as well how he obviously feels like reassured and comforted as well by what happened in the last episode with Tale, because previous to this, when it all fell apart, like with the last movie, like he was so desperate, he was so even more devastating, like going to the company, getting ready to beg and all that sort of stuff, just so that they could stay together. And there's none of that. There's none of that fear.
Yeah, because it feels that right now he's focused on the bigger picture. Like he can see the bigger. He's calm enough to just enjoy the moment because he's not scared anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Because at least as long as while they're both there, they're together.
Yeah, he's not alone anymore.
And once again, like when this scene was happening, I totally did me, and I know you hate it when I do this, but I couldn't help, like, while they were sitting here and talking about the movie and just like supposedly watching the movie and that, I couldn't help but think about like when Tess and Tung come back, like what that group dynamic would be like for the Friends credit, because different talents, different brains coming together. And I know it's not part of the show or anything, but that's just how my head works. So I was also thinking about that while I was watching this scene, because I was just like, obviously they go back. So it's interesting to see. It would have been, like, for me anyway, it would have been interesting to see how that happened. Were more movies made? But yeah. Just a random thought I was having while I was watching that scene.
It's a Todd Black thing of vice versa.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
the unsung.
Well, because this dynamic that they have, that if this movie is successful, works really well or whatever. This friendship that they have, the four of them, the way they write together, all that. Well, it can't be the same, can it? Because Pun and Tale are not Tess and Ton, so. That's where my brain was going while all this was happening, and I was just like, why stop thinking about this and pay attention to what's happening. But yeah, my brain was like, no, think about it some more and then make notes so that you can bug Morella about it. Yeah, so anyway, should we watch part 2?
Let's go watch part 2.
Did you have something else you wanted to say?
Nope.
Okay, cool, let's do it.
Part 2.
I will confess, I do not have many notes because I totally just got sucked in and just was watching.
Me too. I don't really have a lot of notes, but I was expecting this from this episode. You kind of just enjoy it. There's not much to talk about. It's just kind of like wish fulfillment, this whole episode.
Yeah. Well, so when it sort of starts with them out together, just the four of them, I'm glad the four of them just went out by themselves and had a cute little party. It was sweet. But C looked really, like, pretty in this scene. Like, really pretty.
He did. I don't think he always looks pretty. I did not notice.
No, well, like, I always talk about how pretty I think Jimmy is, but like I don't know, there was something I was totally mesmerized. I can't speak. Mesmerized by him in this scene. I don't know what it was. Like, yeah, he was just anyway. And I'm superficial like that, so I felt the need to mention.
Me too. Backing you off. Very pretty.
Yeah, but the bit at the dinner table, the product placement at the dinner table.
Oh my god!
Like, in his face at the dinner
ridiculous. It started. I was like, I do not remember this happening. What in the hell?
It was like hardcore cringe, and then the line, "You can do it at home," just sounds dirty, by the way. And I'm just like, do what exactly?
I think he meant exactly what you were thinking.
It was just like, it was very rude.
No, I couldn't believe that was happening. But I know, I mean, I like this callback to, I don't remember what episode it was, but was it 3 where they were in the bathtub and Boone was cleaning the dust of his heart, and now he's like, thank you for cleaning my heart. I am ready to love.
Yeah, which is like what a line, right? But the really funny thing is, so I'm watching this, and I'm just like, first off, it was like majorly cringe
Uh-huh.
moment. And then it was just like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. And then I was like, oh, it's really sweet and cute. And then the other two just chime in, and I was like, I thought they'd left.
Yeah, right.
They're still there, and they're doing this in front of
Freaking
Alan.
hilarious. They're shameless. Shameless. People
The
love
way-
to stink,
the way
don't they?
Yeah, they stink. The way they just forgot that the others were there was so hilariously
Especially
funny
these
to
two.
me.
Mm-hmm.
I was just because I assumed the others had left, and they were like, the night was winding down, so he was cleaning his face for him. Yeah, it was so funny, and they're like super dramatic asses reenacting the like you dusty heart bit and
Well,
all the
they
rest of it.
deserve that. They deserve that.
Oh, of course they did, but it was just so funny. But and I wasn't expecting it because, as I said, I had also forgotten about that. I think because you get so bamboozled by the fact that he's just whipped out the makeup remover at the dinner table, and you're just like, "What's happening?"
It goes from cringe to cute to hilarious.
Sorry?
It goes from cringe to cute to hilarious.
Yeah, pretty much.
They acknowledge the cringiness.
Yeah.
They make fun of it.
And then, of course, what's the next scene? The scene where they're in the bath? Is that the next scene?
Oh, at first, they're dressed and Poon asks for the bath treatment. Bath reward.
Oh, that's right. Because they're waiting to look at the reactions, the reviews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he wants the bathtub reward.
Then they're in the bath.
You're like, and then.
They name drop Kai in third here because apparently they gave a good review. Have you noticed that?
Do you know what? I did not even notice that. I was so distracted by I don't even know what. Oh, no, I know. I was distracted by the nipples.
They said something like, we won Kai in third's hearts.
Yeah, no, I went to the dark place again. I was having Dangerous Romance flashbacks. The last episode of Dangerous Romance where it was just like I kept getting distracted by Perth's nipples in that hot tub. I was having that moment again here.
I was just, when he says, "Can I reward you back?" Do you know what he rewarded him with? Tongue. Are you here?
He rewarded him with tongue.
No, because okay, it was really cute, like the little smirk, the way they were looking at each other, Poon smirking and smirking, like minusculely, just this micro expression on his face before he kisses, and then the kisses and blah blah. And I did not know. I watched this multiple times because I rewatched the series, and of course I would rewatch this moment because it's really good. But I did not notice the tongue. And then suddenly someone
noticed the tongue.
And then suddenly I saw someone talk about it on some social media, and I was like, what? Because I usually do not watch them in their mouths when they kiss. Yeah, so then
kind of awkward.
Yeah, but after that I noticed, and now it's impossible not to.
You can't see it. Well, I actually did not notice the tongue. I kept thinking weird, like my brain tonight is so, and I'm like saying it's weird today, but I'm pretty sure it's like this. People are probably going, it's always like this. Zoe, what are you talking about? Keeps going to weird places. Like, first off, I was distracted by the nipples, as I mentioned, but also I was like, when they started kissing, I was like, that is a super awkward angle. Like, I just kept trying to. I like the logistics of the kiss was like. Was kind of taking me out of the moment for a minute because I was like I was still there. I was with them. It was cute. It was like a little sexy, whatever. But I did not notice the tongue because I kept going like, how do you? Ow, that would.
The necks would hurt, right? And like it's not a position of facing each other. It's kind of like stiff and
like
facing the camera, but
each other. It's super awkward. So I kept getting distracted. So I missed the tongue. I will have to go back and look out for the tongue.
Maybe they like, how do you say it? Like overcompensated with the tongue because
Yeah. Maybe he needed to use tongue to make sure that like C wouldn't slip and go into the bathroom. Because he was in a super like a hook, to keep him in place because it was slippery in the
You know
bathtub
what? You're probably right.
and it was a super weird angle.
Yeah. This
It
yeah.
was for scientific reasons.
Physics.
Safety. It was for safety reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because also the other thing that I was just like, I'm like, at least I kept thinking to myself, for Pun, at least like anchor him in place, like use your hand or something. And he kept like holding the side of the bathtub, and then I was like, is he like grabbing the bathtub because like he's restraining himself? And then I was like, Zoe, don't go there.
Maybe, yeah, no, if you like don't think about the hook thing and you don't like, you can try to imagine that they're having fun there because that's what you were supposed to think as the viewers. One way to interpret this is that they're holding back, and probably because they're not in their real bodies and they want to experience, intimacy together when they're in their real bodies for the first time.
I mean, it would be weird. It would be weird, wouldn't it? Because it's like, I mean, there's been plenty of like movies and stuff where like, you've had like body swap. And the couples are like in each other's body, and like that would be weird enough because it's like having sex with yourself. But like, I mean, which
it's normal. To take that back.
But you just get to see it from a whole other view. But yeah, no shame. But it's just like, but this is very different. It's kind of like you don't want to violate anybody, do you? Because it's kind of a bit. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. So, and I mean, it's still what the other thing I was thinking about too. When Pun said something when they were in the restaurant. I can't remember what it was because it wasn't really important. Tale's reaction was where I was talking about him looking really pretty. The way he was looking at Pun, was like the important thing, I think, in that scene. And it's like, but I was thinking about that then too, like the way he was staring at him so intently. Like they had this like full on like eye contact moment, this like full on like really kind of intimate moment happening. And it's like, it occurred to me as well, like it keeps flashing back in my mind all the time that like Pun knows what he looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like he knows what his real face looks like. So he can kiss him and close his eyes and imagine he's kissing Tale because he knows what Tale looks like. But Tale has no idea still. I'm like, what the hell, man? Why haven't you told me? I'm like, what's the hold up? Like, I would be upset if I was Tale. I would want to know. I would be like, why? Like, if we're in this together, if this is like what's happening, like, what is the hold up? Like, why? What is the fear? What is the, what do you think is going to happen if you tell me? Like, I would be frustrated.
Well,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, there is an answer to what is going to happen.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
So then we see Fuse and Ooh, and they start to climb onto each other. It's over.
Yeah,
with
this
them.
is the weird. This is the weirdest like flirt session ever. Fighting over the dog treats and trying to make each other eat them, and then rolling around in the grass on top of each other. It was, I mean, it was what it was. But I was like, are they going to go anywhere with it, or is it just going to be, playful flirting? I wasn't quite sure what the point of the scene was in terms of, like, did it need to be there? Did I enjoy it? I thought it was funny. I did not enjoy it, but I was kind of like, I need a purpose for this. And then, of course, we went back to
I think the purpose is to show us that, yeah, we were right. They're basically core owners of this dog.
Yeah, and they're heading in that direction of further intimacy.
Yeah.
Let's call it.
Yeah, it's a
flirt
thing.
intimacy. Yeah, they're flirting. They're flirting with intimacy.
Yeah.
And then of course we see Tale in the bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Buying
movie is
lot
a
of sweet
hit.
things.
It's
Yeah,
making
it's all
lots of
very
money.
exciting.
Everyone is loving
So-
it.
So he's going to spend all of his like earnings on pastries.
Yeah.
He's like, just give me everything you've got back there.
I'm rich now.
Yeah.
Although he was rich already.
Like, but it was. I really kind of want to eat one of those things that has like fairy floss or something in it. It looks interesting.
I feel like it would be weird.
I think it would probably be absolutely disgusting, but I still want to try it. You know, it's like when you go out or you see something like, you know, like like a long-standing product will suddenly bring out like a random flavor of something, like as a promotional thing or whatever, and you think that's going to be disgusting. I must try. Like that's my personality. I'm like, I must put it in my mouth. It may not stay there for very long, but I need to know.
Yeah, so
but
he
yes, anyway.
gets back to Poon and they're watching movies.
Yeah. Black and white movies.
Yes. Oh, I love it when he curses at Poon, and Poon feels comfortable enough in his relationship now that he admonishes him for cursing at, I'm quoting, someone you like.
Yeah.
I love that for him because I feel like he'd be so scared to say something a while ago. In
the past, yeah. Yeah. This was the scene where I have like 0 notes because I was just so into watching them, and like this moment where you know, they're talking about the colors and stuff like that, and he's trying to get him to guess what the colors are, and he keeps guessing pink all the time, which is funny because that's what he's thinking about.
Yeah, and then they talk about the pink theory when two worlds collide of two people who like each other, and then like the color that the other person likes becomes something that you focus on, and then maybe suddenly you like it too because it reminds you of the other person. And then there's this weird moment, like they stare at each other like they're having some kind of an revelation, and then there's this a cappella singing, and it's just, I feel like it goes on forever. I'm very sensitive to this, so I was like, oh my god, move on, do something. And then they're like, oh, what if pink is something that is that can get
and
us
here's
home.
Zoe who like did not even notice the
I'm sorry?
didn't even notice. I said, and here's Zoe who didn't even notice the singing part.
Really? Because like I feel like they stare at each other for 5 minutes and like just singing.
They
and
did,
like,
they did. But I think I was just like kind of like all wrapped up in it. I don't really know. There's something happened. It was I had an out of body experience. I got really sucked in to the end of this part. For serious. Like I was like, when it finished, I was like, what? That's it?
No, because like
it was really bizarre.
It's so funny because like who says it? Is it Poon who says that they don't have common interests at all? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're basically just
I must admit, I was like, what the hell? Didn't you just like write a movie that you love doing? Didn't you just like, isn't there like a bunch of shit that they do together that they like?
The food that they enjoy together, the movies that they enjoy together, just doing all random stuff together.
I know, it was very, I must admit that comment did have me going a bit like, you know, like,
you know what? We're getting back to the idea that as long as you believe in something hard enough, it becomes true. So that's why it's true for them, I guess. Because
they want the pink thing to mean something. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
and
pink,
I mean, like,
if you think about it, because pink means their love, right? So basically, you could oh my god, translate this into our love will take us home. Their love for each other is something that can like transgress
Could be
time and space and whatever.
Transcend.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're like, what's that word again? You were on the right track. I knew what you were saying.
Something
anyway,
about yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
There will be no judgment from me who couldn't remember words earlier. So
no worries. I'll probably cut this out anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things about, as I said, this scene was. I kind of liked it. It was cute. I loved how excited they got, and like, I was confused though at the same time because, like, I was still under the misapprehension that he does not want to go back, really. And yet he seemed excited that this could be a thing that would send them back, that this would be a connection. And it was kind of interesting too, as well, because they showed, like, when they were showing the bits and pieces of like their relationship building, you know, like the past, like flashbacks or whatever, they had on the screen this scene where, you know, like he realized who he was with the hat and everything from like last episode.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not sure if it was like a voiceover at the moment or if this was from that scene, because I can't quite remember. But he says about like something connecting them.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
The whole
it was
time
from the scene. It was from the scene.
It was from that scene. And it's like, well, there you go. Like, he's kind of like established that there's already this thing, and now it's like, oh, it's pink. Pink is the thing that connects us.
Well, no, okay, no. Like, if you dive more into it, like right from the beginning, we were talking about how fate was trying to push them together because it's like they fit
over and over.
each other fit with each other very well, and like love is supposed to grow between them. Love, pink, whatever. Pink is supposed to exist to connect their worlds, and it doesn't happen, and it's not really. It's an encounter, the hot thing.
Yeah.
Not really a connection. It's kind of like an intersection.
Yeah. I mean, it is a connection though, because it's a connection to his old life that he didn't know existed. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is as well is that even if you don't think of it from the way they're thinking about it and everything, it is still really cute to like realize how much like someone who hated pink is now like all about the pink, because it reminds him of him and it makes him happy to be surrounded by it. And because it's a metaphor for like him too, doesn't it? It makes him happy to be with him. So even in that, like, it was just. Like the whole bit was really like sweet. I think that's why I kind of got sucked into it.
Yeah, but I just feel like it was not done very well here, because it feels like you're supposed to think a lot and try to connect dots that are very far from each other in order to make it make sense. Because like the moment when they stare at each other and like there's some kind of a big revelation, I thought like, aren't we already here? Like, why is this such a surprise?
Well, maybe the viewer got it before they did. Maybe they're not as quick as the viewer. Yeah, it's different when you're a part of it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you don't see stuff straight away. Outsiders tend to see what's going on, so maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
It's this, and also the
devil's
fact,
advocate,
and also the fact that this is the only thing that connects us. No, it's not. You have so much stuff in common. No.
For real, the comment about like we don't have anything in common. I was like, just your entire lives. Like, I mean, the fact that they're both, even in their old life, involved in the like film industry is like, they're already connected. You know what I mean? They already have similar, you know, goals and interests and stuff. So it's kind of quite funny when you think about it. Yes. And they clearly like also just being. Do you know what I mean? Like this whole thing about watching movies and just laying on the couch watching movies and eating snacks and stuff like that. Like, some people can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people can't just sit and relax, like, even with the person they love, because whether it's their personality or, like, whatever, they just can't do that. And we saw in the past, like, when before this all happened and before they, Tale came here and everything, like, how unable he was to relax and just
Mm-hmm.
sit and do nothing
Mm-hmm.
and just be. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't
Mm-hmm.
do that. He had to work, he had to whatever. Like, you would never catch him just like hanging out and
Mm-hmm.
just, watching something. Even though, like, he should find that interesting, like, he would still be too busy or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, this is a really kind of telling thing as well, that they can just sit there and just like be comfortable and, you know, and not have to, not need anything else other than what's happening in that moment. So, anyway.
I also thought it was cute how Poon was basically playing Tale's favorite game here
Yeah,
without
yeah.
Tale being aware of it. Like, come on, Tale, use your lenses.
Yes,
Apparently,
that's
he's not
right.
very good at it.
No, but I loved how, as I said, I loved how he kept seeing pink everywhere, even where there
Uh-huh.
wasn't pink, because he wants pink in his life now. He wants pink in his world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that was really cute as well. So I kind of saw the pink thing coming, not the whole like it's our only connection,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw like where he was going with it before he kind of like got the whole um it's because it reminds you of me thing
Mm-hmm.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get it in the bakery. Like, I wonder if we were meant to get it in the bakery when he saw those pink things. I was like, wow, he's super excited about those pink things. And then I started like thinking about trying one of those pink things.
Mm-hmm.
But like I didn't get the connection between the pink and then like it was making him think of him until they did the flashback, and I was like, okay, well, it makes sense. But once they sort of leant into that, I sort of got where they were going with it. But yeah, I was surprised when he said we have nothing in common.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
then
so
that's just one of those plot device things, isn't it? So they tell the story the way they want you to. They're
perceive
putting
it.
us in a direction they want us to go in.
Yeah. I do feel it was
Yeah.
not done very well here though. But
Yeah.
it does not ruin the story, but I feel I
No,
understand
it
how it
doesn't
makes
take.
it a bit more confusing, unnecessarily so.
Yeah, it doesn't take away from anything. As I said, I enjoyed it so much. I just sat there and kind of like stared at the screen
Mm-hmm,
vacantly
mm-hmm,
and made
mm-hmm.
no notes because I was just like, nah, this is cute.
Okay,
So
so
yeah,
let's go watch part
part
three.
3. Okay, let's do it.
Part three. Give me a moment to wipe off my fucking tears.
Seriously, I totally cried. I was like, Jimmy is my off jumper of the Jimmy C like ship, because and by that I mean like, like off always makes me cry, and I feel like Jimmy's characters always make me cry. This was devastating, honestly. It was
Mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
traumatic. I'm like,
Yes,
what the hell?
I was
It's
holding
so.
up until he said, in my mind, the one in Tan's body is returning home and trying to say goodbye or something like this, and then I was like,
Oh, when he said "I love you" and his
"Wah."
voice broke, I was like, "That's it. I'm gone. See you later." I had been towing the line like the whole time, that whole scene, because I was thinking, "Oh no, like how." Like, you can understand why he wouldn't leave when he's got that support system. Like they love their son so much, and
Mm-hmm.
they're clearly like lovely people. And it's just like you're essentially leaving one love for another,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. Like, it's I get it. Like, yeah, I felt so bad for him in this moment. I was just like, wow,
Yeah,
you know.
sure. It's hard.
Yeah, and I
So,
feel like it's one of those things that potentially someone else wouldn't understand. You know what I mean? Like, if you're him in that, like coming from where you've come from, in that situation, experiencing that, feeling that, and then having to let that go. Like, I don't think like someone could like try and empathize with you, but they're not going to really get it. Do you know what I mean? They're not really going to understand the full weight of it. And it was just like, oh, it's like sitting in my chest right now. It's like a big lump.
yeah, because for
I'm just
Tale,
like,
for example, it was about this whole journey is about accepting the beauty of the moment and letting go of all the illusion, all the control. But for Pin, he felt this void inside himself, and he was given in this life the things that he wanted most, only for it to be taken away, the life that he wanted so much. And he has to go back and accept his own life and just kind of try to live with hope, try to be open to other possibilities, which is for the both of them, true for the both of them. But I feel like his journey is much more heartbreaking, just as his story is, of course.
Yeah, way more painful, because he has, and this is why, once again, why Tale didn't get his like absolute kind of like denial of wanting to leave, because he couldn't imagine it, you know what I mean? And because he's not really leaving anything. I mean, they're both going to leave stuff behind. They've made friendships, they've made like whatever, but like the loss is not at all anywhere near the same. Like, as you said, he's been given things here, and if he keeps some of them, then he loses Tale. You know what I mean? Like, there's no easy answer for him. If he goes back, he is leaving a lot more behind.
Yeah. Well, we see them say goodbye to Vidal in the beginning of the episode. I mean, the part, and then we see that they are invited to several film festivals as Tale wanted. And I just cannot believe they made us watch them brush their teeth again.
For product placement.
Yeah. But, they ended up with this moment of longing and acknowledgement that they both want each other. And again, like just like the hand gripping the bathtub moment, Poon has to remove himself from the situation to cool down, I guess. So he goes downstairs to grab some water.
Yeah. The other thing that got me about this scene is, like, I feel like, and once again, I'm over-analyzing, but I can't help it. It's how my brain works. So the whole premise of this, like, product placement was that, like, he hadn't packed his toothbrush. So he's like, oh, let's go and clean our teeth first. But then he never packs his toothbrush. He just puts it back in the, like, toothbrush holder thing. And I'm like, I'm a definite morning, brush your teeth in the morning kind of person. And so I was like, when they were talking about brushing it and packing it anyway, I was like, are you going to want to use that in the morning? But, like, at the same time, when he didn't pack it, I was, like, mad that he didn't pack it.
Maybe
at least take it with you and pretend.
Maybe he's leaving it to dry off, because otherwise
maybe. But, like, I'm just like, my brain doesn't work like that. My brain's like, why didn't he say, let's clean our teeth and I'll pack it in the morning? It's so unnecessary. It's not a conversation that needs to happen at all. But my brain is just like, he left it there. But it as you said, once again, they did this weird product placement thing, but it ended in a sweet way. And then he went downstairs to break our hearts. And his own, apparently.
And his own, yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, I can't believe, like, how devastating that was.
But what an interesting thing to say for his parents. I mean, to say that would love you even more because you had to try so hard and work so hard to
Well, this is the thing, like, you didn't come and just do nothing. You didn't make his life worse. You made it better. You know, like, you tried. You did things. You
did your best.
Respected it. Yeah. So you would be proud, you know what I mean? Like, you would be proud of the person who tried.
You would be thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd feel gratitude, I guess. But at the same time, it's weird. Like, it has several responses, and this one is, of course they chose a response that would break his heart even more. but
Yeah.
also
I guess
probably bring him a bit of catharsis.
yeah, that's right. You know, that he did the right thing. He's been doing the right thing,
Yeah, and
even
it's
if
kind
it's
of like
hard.
acknowledging his existence without really acknowledging it. Like
Yeah.
speaking to him without speaking to him.
Well,
That's
okay, and so now I'm gonna do that thing where I talk about like when when Tun came home, like Tun comes home, for example, like they're probably gonna notice because there's gonna be a weird adjustment while he's like working out the fact that he now apparently is a famous movie maker, and has a boyfriend and all this other stuff. So they're gonna notice another moment of him being changed and awkward and like whatever with no explanation really over than other than sorry something that he manages to like come up with
oh.
or whatever.
Oh, don't worry, they're going to explain it to themselves by, oh, I was just probably thinking of a plot for another movie.
No, yeah, that, or maybe they will have a moment of realization that like maybe it was someone else, especially if he has no idea what the fuck's going on. It'd be interesting to know. Well, I mean, I suppose that gets answered a little bit when I'm assuming we're going to get an answer anyway as to like what happens when you go back. Like are you just do you just wake up and like go about your day, or does something else? Because like to get to this place, something bad had to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a like almost dying or like whatever. So it's like, is there a thing like like is he gonna like what I'm getting at is like do they have to get hit on the head or something
Mm-hmm.
to actually go back? Anyway, I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Okay, so let's go watch part 4. Part 4.
Wow. Okay. I did not see that coming at all. I was like, oh my God. I said it so loud too. I was just like, that was not a scenario that I imagined at all. Like, at all. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Let's start
Was
at the
not
beginning.
expecting.
I
Yeah.
guess, right?
Yeah.
So we see them with their truck. Is it the truck? With their car. Stopping in the middle of the woods because they're at the Cannes festival, right? And
Yeah.
all of them look very good. Jimmy and C look exquisite, and Boone fishes for some care. He wants Tale to fix his suit for him and blah blah. But then, and Tale compliments him, and then Boone says something like, "You look good too. It's the truth." And he's speaking about his true appearance here, even though Tale doesn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Is complimenting his real looks. And then we see them after the festival. They did not win this time, which feels a bit let's say grounding, because everything has been going on
I
miraculously good for them so far.
I really like that they didn't win. I
Yeah.
hate it in movies where they win shit that they shouldn't win. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a music competition. It's a like whatever, and it's like they're the underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
They realistically should win. And then they win, and it's like yeah, and it's all like la di da di da, and it's just not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that they did win. It's character building.
Yes, me too.
um. But yeah, so and then of
Yeah,
course they go camping.
they go camping, and then they are facing their pink tree. How was it called? Do you remember?
I think he just called it a pink. Yeah, I think it was just called
Pink
pink
tree.
tree. I think that's what he called it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're taking off the wishes that have been already fulfilled. So for Up, it was going to this festival. For U was getting
Getting
a
a dog.
dog.
I love how they're all like, but you didn't get a dog. And he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows he did. Yeah, and then Tale speaks about his wish, which was finding his
Funny
portkey, yes, or the person he likes. And
Mm-hmm.
who even says this? People in love sting, because they do.
Well, I mean, they've been around the stinky couple a lot lately, so
Yeah, they're just
they
totally
would know.
justified. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we basically see them have some food together, and they are reminiscing, but also it feels like a
Oh wait,
goodbye for them because I'm sorry.
before we move on to that bit, um, Twin gave his
Oh
to
yeah,
Tale and said
yes,
only
yes.
Tale could read it,
Mm-hmm.
but we never saw him do that. So I'm
Yes.
assuming that happens next episode. Does he read it?
I'm not gonna answer that. Am I someone who spoils things for you? No, I'm not.
I'm like, he has to read it, otherwise, what's the point?
I don't know.
Okay, continue.
All right. So
Party pooper.
then yeah, Tanae basically says this line which ties in with the things that we mentioned when we were talking about the previous parts. Basically, like something like we grow every day, and it's so also I feel like a nice continuation to what you have been saying about um imagining what it would be like to have the real Tan and Tess come back and how everyone would react to it. When here's the answer, right? We grow every day.
Yeah.
We might not gather again, and the point of everything is to just appreciate the beautiful fleeting moment. This is the lesson that he's learned, and it applies to everything basically. Be present and be connected, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Boone, since saying goodbye to his parents, Boone has been dressed in black again. And I don't know what they're wearing in Thailand when someone dies, like, but it feels like he's grieving this, like he is in mourning a little bit.
Yeah, I think they wear black. I think that's from what I remember seeing. I think there seemed to be a lot of black in the recent things that I've seen where people have passed or whatever. I mean, it might not be full traditional to do that, but I feel like I have seen that, so.
Yeah, do you have anything to say about all this?
Well, I mean, I did notice the black thing as well. I didn't really liken it to mourning, but it makes sense that that could be what they're trying to represent because he is essentially in that mode at the moment. I mean, that whole conversation that the two of them start there is like no wonder that everyone else was like, what the fuck? Because it was a bit that way. Like, I get wanting to say goodbye, but it's kind of, them forgetting that the others aren't really going to get what they're saying. Although I do think that Pun recovered it well, like, and made it more about more than just like that moment. So, they were sort of all able to sort of get past the weirdness of it. But I think it's like you were saying, I can't imagine how that would all fit back in again. But then I don't know what happens next. So obviously, there's going to be some stuff like, when I said to you before when I was talking about how when Tan Kemp comes back, he's not going to know what's going on or what's happened. Well, that's probably not going to be the case because Tale is going to probably give him the download on like what's happened. Given that he's still there, and if people haven't seen this and I've just jumped ahead, I've just spoiled something. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, you know what I mean?
I think considering that this series has been around, we keep saying that, but considering that this series has been around for like more than 2 years.
Because we hadn't got to.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean like spoil as in spoil.
You're making it anticlimactic. How dare you, Zoe?
Yeah. We hadn't actually. We're not up to that. Yeah, is more what I meant. Yeah, so.
Yeah, before that, we have to speak about another painful kiss, or at least mention it because it's there.
I liked this kiss. I thought this kiss was smooth. Like the head on the knee thing and bringing the knee up. I have had someone try and kiss me while I was laying in his lap, and he never had the forethought to raise his knee. That would have worked. I thought that was very clever. I was super impressed. But yes, also a little bit awkward. Not as awkward as the bathtub kiss, though, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
You're just. I'm like, do we need a scale on like how we're ranking the awkward kisses? Like on a scale of 1 to bathtub.
Well,
The kiss by the lake is probably only about a 5.
They're dressed, so I think this contributes
Yeah.
to
That takes out a little bit of the awkwardness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and then they fall asleep. Oh no! Oh my god! No. So the thing happens. Poon finally wants to tell Tale his real name.
Oh my god, I was like, finally, he's gonna tell him. And I did see him falling asleep. Like, I thought that was gonna be a thing, but I did not expect what happens. Like, I did not see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, because it's kind of obvious, I guess. But maybe it's not. I don't know.
I mean, look at it. Do you remember the first part of the series, the first movie that they made? It was about two people who get separated and then they meet again. And the question is, like, will their feelings survive the separation? It's like a test for this thing that was born between them. It's a test of the change that they've gone through or the beliefs that they adopted.
Yeah.
And it's also Tale's biggest fear.
Yeah.
Just being realized. Yeah. Being abandoned like this. Being alone there.
Yeah.
So he has to go through that. Because now he has the abilities maybe and the faith to survive that.
Yeah. Well, I have so many questions, like, about what's going to happen, which obviously you're not going to answer any of them, so it's pointless me asking. But, my understanding was that they dreamt of the place, and then they were meant to go there, and that's how they would return. So he dreamt of the place, so he knows where to go. He's just got to go there, essentially. That's my understanding.
Mm-hmm. An interesting thing is that he saw both of them walking there. And I wonder, like, I have several theories here, and there's one that is more logical, and there's another one that I like more. But in order to talk about this, we need to watch the first part of episode 11.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll have to wait for a bit. But yeah, I did sort of think about that too, and I wondered if it wasn't Pun walking with him, but Tan.
How's that?
Because Tan has come back, so he's clearly had the dream as well, if that makes any sense.
The dream of going to the island?
Well, I don't know if he dreamed at the same place, but he had a dream and came back, so
I see.
I'm super curious. Yeah, I'm just curious anyway. As I said, I have so many questions because it looks like in the trailer, it looks like Pun goes looking for him, which go him, because I did not think he would do that. I thought he would pussy out. And the way that Tess reacts makes me think that although him and Tan are on better terms, they're not on the same sort of terms that Tale and Pun are in, because he thought it was weird that he was hugging him. But that's just in the trailer, so I don't know if I'm reading that right or not. But I'm wondering if he's going to get discouraged by that and go away, and then of course Tale doesn't know who he is when he does get back. Because how does he know? How does Pun know when Tale is back? That's the question.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the questions. As I said, there are many questions. This episode left me with many, many questions. Actually, here's a question for you that you can answer. When you watched this for the very first time and that happened, where Pun went back and Tale was still there, what was your reaction? Were you surprised or did you see it coming?
Honestly, I do not remember. I do not remember, and I think the problem is that when I first watched it, I did not, as I mentioned, I had no real patience with it.
Oh,
So,
you skipped, didn't you? You did
yeah,
your skippy thing.
I did my
Yeah.
skippy thing, and I don't even know. I just
So
kind
your
of got
memory
over
is
it.
an unreliable narrator
Yes.
of the retelling.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you off then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, because I'm surprised by how surprised I am. It was, as I said, I was so loud. I was like, oh
It
my
was
god,
foreshadowed. It
what?
was foreshadowed a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like it's not, you know what I mean? Like I did expect one
Mm-hmm.
of them to go back and the other one to stay, but I
Mm-hmm.
expected it to be the other way around. I expected Tale to go back
Mm-hmm.
and for Pun to be stuck there and realize he did not want to be there without him.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like we've had this kind of, battle with him, like internal battle with him in regards to not wanting to leave and blah blah blah. So I kind
No.
of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
yeah.
expected that. Like
Mm-hmm.
even though he's conquered that now, like he's accepted, he seemed to want to go back and everything in these last, like this last episode especially. Um, I still, you know what I mean? Like that's how I thought it was going to go. So I didn't expect them to both go back at the same time. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, because what
Um,
actually happened here is it would have been interesting like that, but this way is also nice because it's like they build up some strength and now they have to face their biggest fears. Both of them,
yeah,
because
well,
Spoon is also sent back
without his
alone.
support system.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Tale
that's
with his
right.
fear
And
of
then
getting left behind, abandonment issues, right?
yeah,
And Poon getting back alone into the old life.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and also there's a tie to the abandonment as well in the fact that he still doesn't know who he is. Like I can't actually
Yeah.
believe that it didn't get brought up before now because if you were Tale and you knew that like at any potential moment you thought like this is that they've been acting like they're just waiting any second, they're gonna get the telephone.
Mm-hmm.
Pack your bag, it's time to go back. And they're not gonna have time to say goodbye to everybody. Like it's like that was what they were expecting. And yet like what you didn't feel the need to have a discussion and be like, hey dude, what's your name? Because I would be anxious about that if I was him. Um,
Well, he's not anxious
because
anymore
you never
because
know.
he's just enjoying the moment, so he kind of let go of those. But
True,
it makes sense.
true.
Yeah, you're right. It's the it's common sense, but yeah, we're going to have a little bit of drama here because they did not apply common sense to this issue.
Yeah. And I mean that's the point, isn't it? We're going to get to that. The typical or what do you call it? The
Reunion.
pivotal pain
Oh yeah,
episode 11.
yeah.
You got to wade through the crap before you get the good. So I mean, yeah, as I said, I kind of knew that this side of it was going to happen. I just didn't expect it to go this way. So, and as you said, they did it in the right way because it's kind of the most traumatic that it could be for either of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to work through that on their own. This whole time they've had each other as support system. So, and
And
it's
now they
interesting, like,
must
oh,
don't stop believing
yeah.
into
And
love and
it was,
joy.
yeah, and it's so funny to see Nanon because like we've not seen them like their other faces for such a while now, and then when he's just like, "Oh, you're Tale," and I was just like, "Oh, oh, ow," because I knew, like, I was like, "Oh." At first, when he said, "Oh yes, I had the dream," I was like, "Oh, he didn't really have the dream. He's like faking because he feels bad or whatever." And then I was like, "No, wait, oh, oh, oh."
You know what? I thought
Yeah,
what was interesting was that when they wake up, what we do not see Nanon right away. We still see Jimmy.
yeah,
And it kind of is there, I think, beyond the obvious method of what they're using here to make it a surprise and just not make it obvious that it's still, I mean, already the other guy. But if you dig into this and try to overanalyze, then you could get to the idea that Talay has been actually really seeing beyond the appearance, beyond Poon's appearance. He was seeing him, and he was not really attentive to the body.
Yeah, but even then, like as you said, like or not so much. Yes, like that he's used to seeing like other than what he's like focusing on other than what's right in front of him.
They're really
until it's brought very clear in focus that this is not his version of Poon.
Yeah, and I really like the way they played it out, acting wise.
Yeah, I think it was done really, really well. And as I said, I'm curious to see what will happen in the next episode.
Yeah, the way Talay even physically recoiled from him when he realized it was not Poon. It was nice.
Yeah, well, because it's like that thing like we were talking about earlier about being intimate with someone else's body. Like suddenly this is not your person in any way, shape or form, body or soul.
Yeah.
So, and like you'd feel really bereft because you're like suddenly, what you said, suddenly he's alone, he's been abandoned. It's like worst fear.
Yeah.
Realized. And it wouldn't make sense because as you said, he saw it in his dream. You know, they were together, like all these things, and it's like to wake up like that, it's a bit rough. So, and it's interesting because clearly, obviously, Tess and Tan had been in connection in their world because, you know, you straight away get that impression from Tan that he's fully aware of it. I also liked the little interesting thing. There was a little kind of, it's not super obvious, but there's a mention of it in the trailer for next week where it's he clearly asks Tan about like you must know who he is or something like that.
So something happens there.
Yeah, so he obviously is trying to find out who, or it implies that he tries to find out who Boone is before he goes back. Which makes sense because, as I said, you would want to know, especially in this situation because, like, as I said, Poon has already gone to see him and he's not there. So how does he know? Like, does he just keep going back, or would he do that? Like, I don't know. Or would he get sucked into that vortex of like his old life and not being able to have the things that he wants or needs or that make him happy? Yeah. Anyway, next week will be interesting, or next episode rather will be interesting.
Yeah. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Should we? I did watch the weird little Lay's bit at the end as well. I'm not overly sure what the point of that was.
Oh, there was a bit there? I don't remember. I mean, I haven't watched it.
Oh, yeah. There's like a little like product placement for like Lay's chips. I think it's Lay's chips. And I was waiting for them to like tie it in to what had just happened. And it's not, they don't really do it. It's just like a separate little like kind of cute thing, like skit sort of, I guess, where basically they're eating, I think they're eating chips that must taste like, the flavor must be like ramen or something because Poon says, so Tale is eating them and then he gives one to Poon and Poon says something like, oh, they remind me of when I was shooting this film, and you see like a flashback of him and he's filming some like mafia movie or something and he's sitting in a restaurant eating like ramen and he's talking about how like the whole crew were like drooling. And so Tale's like, oh, you're so mean, no more chips for you, I'll I'll do it for the crew or something like that. And so he's like, eating all the chips himself. And then Tale starts sulking. And so he tries to like get him to eat the chip again, like offers him a chip again. But he's doing it in like cute baby ways and stuff because Tale's ignoring him. And then he sticks it in his mouth and gets really, really close, like so Tale can like turn around and basically take it out of his mouth. Basically, it was a standard sort of operating thing for the product placement for this show, where it's like super cringe, kind of weird, a little bit funny, and then ends in a little bit of like basically them making out.
Oh, this is so awkward. Like the fact that they have to include. I mean, of course, they can make them interesting, but it would be so much more like.
It's just yeah, it's so weird the way they do it sometimes.
No, but it's I just don't like the fact they have to do it. Like I don't know, but and I feel like it's the sponsors that want this to be incorporated into the scene somehow, right? Because they probably are the only ones who are supporting the series by giving money. Because yeah, you have this in other movies, right? But people are just eating stuff, or like they're driving this car. They don't usually like in other countries in other media that I was used to before starting watching BL's Thai series. It's just what I'm trying to say is that it's just there. Like you can even not notice it if you're not trained, right? But here it's so in your face, and it's just like it's like the series is stopping. You have to wait. It's like a commercial inside the episode, and it just throws you off. I mean, yes, they can do a good job, they can try, and sometimes it's all right, but most time it's just so awkward, and it just ruins the experience.
It takes you out of it.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
And it's like it's everywhere. Like I wanted to subscribe to streaming platform. I think it was Hulu or something. Yesterday I was talking with a friend, and we're looking for another streaming platform to subscribe to, and you can pay to have access to all the series and blah blah, but you still have to watch the ads. I mean, ads included. How is that? This is the world that we live in right now. It's just and all right, whatever, right? It's a streaming whatever, right? I mean, when we had this with the TV, they stopped the episode, and you had the
the
ads, yes. But to do it this way,
or get a drink.
Yes, but to do it in the series, in the episodes, and have the characters just act weirdly is just feels alienating.
I know. It's a very Thai thing, because I've never really seen it in any other sort of show or whatever. I mean, as you said, like in Western stuff, like like for example, I'm trying to think of some car movie, like car chase movie, where they're like racing around in like Mercedes Benz or like whatever, and like you're not really thinking about the fact that it's a Mercedes Benz, but at the same time, like subconsciously you notice it, obviously. And if you want a car and you want a fast car, maybe you'll buy a Mercedes Benz.
Yeah. But, if you're interested, you will notice it.
Yeah, they don't suddenly stop halfway through the movie and be like, wow, this Mercedes-Benz drives really good on the curves. Or, like, what other creepy, like, weird comment. And it's kind of can take you out of it. I have noticed there was a couple of K-dramas I saw where, like, they have talked about something, or they've given something as a gift or whatever, and they've been like, oh, this is really good for you, it's super healthy,
like chocolate or something, or whatever. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not as awkward, because they like, it's like a gift they're taking to someone or something, so they like are explaining like why I've given you this. And so like there are definitely ways to integrate it in where it's not super awkward. So I think it might just be one of those, like, I think it's a cultural thing at this point, because otherwise I don't understand at all.
So I guess this is it. Thank you for hanging out with us. Follow us on Tumblr, on Twitter, and we will be back soon with another episode of Critical Obsession.
Yeah, and you have to check out episode 11. I'm sure episode 11 is going to be good. I'm like, oh, I need to know what
Yeah.
happens next.
Bye.
Bye for now.